Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob, and I wanted to share with you a hand that we played in our weekly Pro-Am online. This was last Thursday's event, and this was the last board of the event. And if you want to join us, here are the results from last week. We had a really cool week because we had three or four pros near the top, and then all amateurs in the next like 7 or 8 spots who were just crushing some of the better pros this week. And I have to give Radu a pass. He played this tournament at the Mets game, and there might have been a stray foul ball or two that interfered with his result. So he gets a pass for a subpar result, but we expect more from him next week. Uh, anyway, let's take a look at this last board here. It's an interesting auction to start with. Our left-hand opponent, West, opens one heart, and the auction's right up here on the right. And it goes pass to us. And here's our hand. We have 17, and a pretty solid 17, right? Lots of intermediate cards, chunks of values everywhere. However, bidding a no trump would be a mistake, and there were a few of you that did that in the tournament this week. You are too strong, and the reason is you are in the balancing seat, right? It went one heart, pass to you. So if you pass, the auction's over. In this seat, the no trump overcall would show about 12 to 14 points, or maybe even a more aggressive range if you're experienced with this one. But we're too strong for that. And there is a bid that shows a strong hand, and that's 2 no, but that shows more like a good 18 to 20 ish. Because again, the balancing seat has kind of weird rules, because our real preempt here, if we ever wanted to do that, is simply pass. So in this case, we're too weak for that one. We're way too strong for one no, so we double first. And we fully intend to bid no trump when it comes back to us, showing this better than normal overcall. But we get a nice surprise from partner. They jump to 3 diamonds, and that just shows a good hand with diamonds, right? With a bad hand like 0 to 8 ish, they would just bid 2 diamonds, and we would bid 2 no in response. But here, they jump to 3, so we should know we have game with our nice 17. So we bid 3 no trump. Excellent stoppers and hearts. We shouldn't be worried about that at all. So we get to see the dummy on the heart lead here. And here's what I always do, whether I'm defending or declaring, but especially when I'm declaring, is when I've heard information from the other side, I want to take that into account and figure out where the points are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the dummy's points. Whether I'm defending or declaring, I'm always counting dummy first. I see 9 points. And then I'm going to add that to the points that I have in my hand. In this case, as declare, I have 17 high card points. There are 9 in dummy, so that's 26. What information do I have here? I have huge amounts of information because my left hand opponent opened one heart. Now, I'm very experienced with the robots, and I can tell you this: it is rarely an 11 count when they open the bidding. Now, they will open 11s, but probably not as many as they should. So, here, when they open at the one level in a suit, I just automatically assign them 12 points. Unless they make another bid to kind of refine that range. I'm assuming they have 12. So, I add that to my 26 total points, and I get 38, which means East probably has at most 2 points. And I'd say that's a very reliable number. They may have zero, right? If West has 14, then East has nothing. But here, I know it's probably a maximum of two. And unless I see a ton of extraordinary shape, like a 7 card suit or something, I'm just going to assume it's a 12-point hand at least. So I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to win a heart, right? I should know immediately where all the aces are, because if East can have only 2 points, then the ace of clubs and the ace of hearts are absolutely to my left. Not surprising, right? They did open a heart here. And we see that we win the first trick. Now here, for me, I kind of know where the ace of clubs is, so playing a low club to the king isn't necessarily going to do a lot of great things for me. So I play the king of clubs right away. And I get to see the ace. And now I get to see my left-hand opponent set up their hearts. So they lead the ace of hearts, and now they lead a low heart. I pitched a diamond from dummy, and I see right-hand opponent show out. So now I know that West started with 6 hearts, which means a couple of things. First off, it means that they now have maybe more of their 11s that are in the ball game. Right? If I thought they had 12 points, I just got some information that might suggest that they would open it with 11. Right? So now that's in the mix. I also have a nice safe play because I know East is out of hearts. I can safely take my spade finesse, and I should expect it to win. But in this case, I play a low spade to the jack, and I get another huge piece of information on this hand. Right? My righty has just shown up with what looks like their only possible points. So I get to see what happens next, and it's a diamond. And at this point, I decided to take the diamond in the dummy. I decided to play a club to the queen. All right, and the reason is, first of all, I can't afford for West to be on lead because the moment they get on lead, they're going to be taking a bunch of heart tricks. And I kind of know that the Jack of Clubs is in that hand, right? It's not for sure, right? I can't be positive that it's there. But in these cases, Bridge, you can't really, you rarely can get perfect information. And here, this is as close to perfect as it's going to get, right? We can't be absolutely sure where it is, but we can make a very educated guess based on the high card points that we counted at the beginning. And here you get rewarded for this. And on this hand, it's interesting. If East ends up having the Jack of Clubs, it's not terrible for you either because you can set up a club trick. But the moment this happens, now we get to clear out the club suit and then take all the rest of the tricks. So this is how you make 10 tricks on that particular contract. If you count the points and you can reliably assume where certain cards are, you may get the better way to play some of these contracts, or at least the more likely way to be successful. So I hope this helps, guys, and I hope to see you in this week's tournament. So, folks, if you want to sign up for the online tournament, you can just go to learnbridge.nyc. It's right on the upper right hand corner. There's a little link to the page to sign in. There's also a nice little blurb about the mixed raise, which is a very good thing to have in a competitive auction. It's the best of all worlds in describing a hand that has a fit in your partner's suit. And that was in honor of my next interactive seminar, which is going to be at Honors Bridge Club on Sunday, June 23rd. It's always a great event. We have a 2 hour interactive lesson in the morning from 10 to noon. We have a nice lunch that they provide for us there, and then we have a cool duplicate game scheduled afterwards. All of you that have been to my seminars or have seen me advertise them here before are familiar with the fact that I like to do stuff that's useful. Really, the meat and potatoes of your bridge game are things that are going to come up the most frequently. And today's contested auctions are just ubiquitous, right? There are very rare opportunities to have an auction all by yourselves because of the aggression that has entered the game in the bidding sphere. So it's important to understand all of the options you have when you're in one of these auctions with the opponents, right? It's also important for you to interfere as much as possible and be able to handle the opponents doing the same to you. A great way to improve your results in the future is to understand how to navigate these really tough auctions. And that's what this seminar is entitled, How to Excel in Contested Auctions. When do we double? When do we sacrifice? Right? How high should we bid with certain hands? These are questions that honestly aren't easily answered, but the more experience you get with the topic, the better equipped you are at judging these situations, on a case by case basis. So I intend to give you those tools during this class, especially during the first couple hours. You're going to have a ton of contested auctions that you're going to have to make the right bid in from both sides of the table. And then the duplicate game is going to be awesome afterwards. I'm so excited about this. We're going to play 3 rounds, probably of 4 boards apiece. And the first round, every person at the table is going to open at the 1 level, and you're going to be competing after that. The second round, every opening bid will be at the 2 level, and we'll be competing from there. And the third round, we will start with 3 level opening bids and handle those auctions as well. So I'm calling it 1, 2, 3 bridge, but I really should call it everybody bids, right? Because in these auctions, they're going to be highly contested, especially with those 2 and 3 level openers. So I'm really excited about this game and seeing what you guys do with the hands that I've set up. So hope to see you on Sunday, June 23rd, and I'll see you in the online Pro-Am if you sign up for that. So I will talk to you guys later, and until then, I'll see you at the tables. Take care.